And now show our faces. Whoa, what's happening with my hair there? Should get a nice hat like yours.
Yeah, like my hair's too long for now, which is why.
Are you waiting for the 12th of April?
Yeah, basically.
Get that haircut, yeah. I love this team, Nats champ. So good. What's the other one? The cleanup crew. Okay, literally just a picture of cleaning supplies. Same bands. Witch Doctor and Shadowsharn being banned straight away. I know the Witch Doctor is going to be a target ban for Karen, but she's very comfortable on a variety of supports, not just her main. So
10 seconds remaining.
No OD ban yet though, which is a departure from last time.
5 seconds.
Nyx Assassin is still a very good hero. I'm surprised he got through the banning and the pick phase. OD being banned. Could be a first ban, first pick Nyx is what I would guess. Last time we saw first pick Grimstroke, and then we had Lion, Skywrath Mage, and Legion Commander, which are more unusual first picks, but Skywrath has had so much success in recent games. No, it's mostly Brex playing it as a support. Okay, this is a bit unusual. Disruptor is usually a support which counters other heroes, very high mobile heroes who you can bring back and silence, but to pick Disruptor immediately, what do you think about that?
I think it's probably decent for sort of. I imagine they've got someone else in mind who they also want to pick. Does it be used to sort of gear dire picks towards a certain level of capability?
Okay.
I think he's also fairly solid support in all.
In a lane he is, because Thunderstrike is just such a good ability. Just does tons of harassment, but I think there are lots of heroes who counter Disruptor, so any Dispel counters Disruptor's Thunderstrike immediately, like Legion Commander, Oracle. Now you have two reasons to Dispel, because do you remember the interaction we saw, I don't know if you were watching many in-houses ago, where Oracle can Dispel the damage that Elder Titan gets from the spirits? Basically it turns Elder Titan into a walking melee creep. Also you can Dispel Thunderstrike,
10 seconds
so
remaining.
I would expect Oracle now.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's just probably very nice looking for Debate Mail Oracle.
Yeah, and he loves playing Oracle, so...
This Elder Titan's probably for Brex, because it's been one of his favourites. I think the main reason why he stopped playing it was because of these Oracle picks that kept happening.
Yeah, but banning Debate Mail's Oracle is not that uncommon, because he is so good at the hero anyway. So
have until level 3 to win the lane. And then
yeah,
he just steamrolls it.
But even at level 1, you've already got the Dispel, which does 120 damage at the same time. Is Oracle going to be picked? No, they go for Luna.
Luna.
Anime pick, I'm guessing. I haven't actually watched any anime, have you?
I've seen the whole thing, yeah.
Is it good?
I really liked it, yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
How many episodes are there?
It's 8, I
10
think.
seconds remaining.
Oh, so quite a short season.
Yeah, but there's sort
5
of
seconds remaining.
made it clear that they're very much looking to do another one.
And is it Netflix you need for that?
Yes, it is Netflix.
Okay, I may have to borrow a Netflix account and have a watch at some point. Maybe watch that in the evening. Watch a couple of episodes.
Is this going to be a support Luna then?
Well, very good point, Doige. Karen has played a lot of support Luna, which is quite unusual for her because most of Karen's picks are usually the more traditional supports. It was players like Brex and Belial. That's who it was. We don't see much Belial anymore or at all. But Belial and Brex play the sort of a bit maybe out of the standard meta for supports, but Karen did play a lot of Luna support and she had a lot of success with it, as far as I know from her pub games. So expect
10
that.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Alright. Pos 5 then.
5 seconds remaining.
Not sure. I mean, Luna support works obviously by spamming Lucent Beam on the enemy and then doing very powerful eclipses. Her second skill is not particularly useful, I don't believe, not as a support. Her third ability, the one which gives her night vision, does that give damage in aura anymore, or did they remove that?
I think it's gone back to doing that. Let me check.
If it's an aura damage, that's quite good. Your core would appreciate that.
If it's in standard aura range, yes. Attack damage for Luna and nearby heroes, yeah.
How much is it?
5, 15, 25, 35.
Okay, so a couple points in that. It gives 15 damage to your allies. It's kind of like Vengeance Aura from Vengeful Spirits,
10 seconds
but not a percentage, it's a flat amount. 35 flat damage is pretty good. If everyone on your
5
team gets
seconds
35
remaining.
flat damage, you're going to be happy with that, aren't you? So,
Especially if you're playing with a carry who sort of doesn't have terribly much right-click damage.
or attacks really fast, like Lifestealer. It's going to benefit from having extra attack damage on every hit. Starts at 5, which isn't super impressive, but going up to 35 is quite significant.
Dire team ban.
Things I'd hope that the Luna's a 5 because I have qualms with Rubik as a +5 most of the time.
Why is that?
Because in traditional matchups, I find that he doesn't fight too well in the lane. A lot of the time, +5s have fairly like grand
10
spells.
seconds remaining.
Whilst, you know, it's a good reposition and
5
Fade bolts
seconds remaining.
damage and lowers the enemy's damage. There's not really much Rubik can do to stop someone who can kill him from just running at him.
Yeah, telekinesis is the problem I find with telekinesis is lots of players level 2 get level 4 get arcane supremacy, and then you're left with level 1 telekinesis, which has like a 30-second cooldown and only stuns for about 1 second. So yeah, high ranks of telekinesis fine. Low ranks, it's really tough for
Dire
Rubik.
team pick.
So anyway, the bans have come out. They're pretty much all core heroes, apart from Night Stalker, which is a funny hero when you're playing Luna. I played Night Stalker in a recent game, and it's daytime, Luna ults. Suddenly it's nighttime, you just run away.
10 seconds remaining.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's almost anti-synergy to play it. And the
5
other
seconds
counter is
remaining.
Phoenix's ult turns it into daytime, but Phoenix's ult,
Yeah.
Supernova, takes precedence over everything. It's like the most priority. So if you use it, it makes Night Stalker can't kill the egg quickly because he loses all his attack speed from Hunter in the night. So that's quite a fun interaction as well.
I remember sort of playing as Night Stalker and seeing that and going, okay, we'll be fine, we can fight. It's nighttime. He's used egg. Oh, he's used egg. Oh. And just sort of realizing, oh, there's nothing I can do now.
I agree with Draken. I think Lion is a weaker laner than Rubik. I think Lion is one of the weakest laners. Like, I think he's really great in the mid game. He has so much crowd control. He's got really high burst damage. He's great when levels get going. I think he's a pretty rubbish laner. Not great attack damage, not great armor. His spells don't do much
5
damage.
seconds remaining.
If you have mana drain,
But
you
the way
need
that
to
he can
get
sort of
stuff.
has more sort of reliable stuns, I find. You can just trade using your stuns, and that's better than
You
doing
can,
a Fade Bolt.
but if the team go really aggressive on you, I don't feel like you have enough to survive it. Whereas if you play a support like Crystal Maiden, you have so much more damage and you provide mana to your team. What other really popular supports are there right now? Like Disruptor's got much higher damage than Lion and better attack animation. So I think Disruptor will get more damage on the Lion. Maybe better attack range. I think Disruptor's range is 625, but I might have made that up.
But I think, yeah, Rubik works well as a +4 because he often combos quite well with other offlaners to get kill threat there.
Yeah. Mars is common as always. Sand King, also very common in our own houses. You've got Epicenter into and Burrow Strike into the Static Storm from Disruptor. And you've also got the Sleep from Elder Titan, which allows Disruptor to set up his combo. But then you've got Mars and Luna. That's a very good combo because you just drop the Lucid
10
Beam
seconds
Eclipse into the Arena of Blood. You can't go anywhere, you have to die.
5 seconds remaining.
It's very much to sort of get that AoE damage very quickly in that short space.
Yeah.
Try and keep them there and win that fight that way.
She invented Luna 4. That might have been Belial, actually, who invented Luna 4. He played it in our own houses a long time ago, but I know Karen knows how to play it.
Radiant team pick.
There's the puck. Okay. That's probably going to be a Nat puck. That hero got a very slight nerf, and that was it. And now Puck doesn't feel too overpowered, but it's still a very strong hero. Especially rushing Witchblade tends to be the way to play Puck these days.
Still very good at being
10
Puck.
seconds remaining.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
no longer just good at everything.
Super mobile, decent
5 seconds
early game
remaining.
damage. Doesn't scale ultra well into late game unless you go the full damage build. Oh, Karen dropping some knowledge because he's not the Luna. We kept talking about Karen Luna, and that's not the case. But I don't think it's Karen Mars or Karen Puck, so I actually think that the last pick must be for Karen, unless she's just baiting us. But we'll see.
Anyone else on the Radiant team is trying to listen in.
Radiant team ban.
I hope not. Hey, Medusa's an
Someone who
interesting
can
one.
just stand and fight.
But does Puck can hold Medusa in place? Mars can hold Medusa in place. Rubik can hold Medusa in place. Do they have the damage to kill Medusa? If it's a fed Luna fires a full eclipse, I still don't think you're killing Medusa quick
10
enough.
seconds remaining.
I feel like if Medusa gets farmed, the Dire do not have the damage to take Medusa down. Anti-Mage, of course, got banned a long time ago. So what do you do? Oh,
We
Karen's
immediately
gonna
went
be
for the
playing
next ban
Mars.
there as well.
Okay. Yeah, next, because that's mana burn for Medusa. You can build Diffuser Blade on a lot of heroes, and Diffuser Blade definitely helps you kill Medusa because burning mana is like dealing a ton of extra damage at the same time. But I don't feel like Luna Core is going to build Diffuser Blade.
Yeah. Glaive's like procs other effects, and yeah, you'd do it, but.
Yeah. Wind Ranger can actually build Diffuser Blade, and that burns a lot of mana.
Oh, that's an idea. And they've got that as well on a radio.
You can burn a lot of mana with Focus Fire. Like, honestly, you can completely oom a hero like instantly because the Diffusal mana burn doesn't get reduced by Focus Fire's damage reduction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Templar Assassin ban and Slark ban.
Juju's team banning Templar Assassin.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a
They
shock.
But maybe they don't want Templar Assassin. I don't think Templar has enough damage to a Medusa. Maybe not a bad shout if you get enough minus armor, but they haven't geared up for that. So the last pick is going to happen now. They know that
They're
they've
very
got...
magic damage.
They are very magic damage heavy, but they've also got Medusa, so they need something that can keep Medusa safe. Actually, they might be missing a mid hero. Is it mid or pos 1? Is Medusa going mid, or is Medusa going pos 1?
10 seconds remaining.
You'd sort of do it either, really. I guess it all depends on what the next pick is.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Medusa will do okay against Puck. So I think that's a normal pos 1, but a pos 1 who isn't too greedy and can just fight. You know, we talked about Klink's pos 1 the last game. Something who doesn't need to sit there and farm. So Medusa can eventually take over the map. You're basically playing a pos 2 in the safe lane. So I think Brewmaster could be quite good here as a pos 1, but I don't know if anyone plays it when you don't have Miles around. Don't know how many Brewmaster players we have. Death Prophet. Okay, so that makes me think it might be Death Prophet mid, and it's going to be Medusa in the safe lane, which I think is fine. Death Prophet's a good hero right now, can survive Puck fairly well. Death Prophet's just about durable enough. If Death Prophet can get her ult up, doesn't mind sitting in Dreamcore too much. He's going to rush Yules and probably a BKB.
5 seconds remaining.
A good amount of physical damage that also goes through stuff like the Mars damage block.
Last pick now for the Dire. Not very much time left, and if Luna is going to be played as the pos 1 and we've got Puck mid, we need a support still, or a pos 4, maybe Mirana?
It's a draw.
Right.
So probably
is
a
Luna
plus 5
supports?
Yeah, we were baited.
Karen was baited, yeah. Well, fair play, Karen. I like the bait. So yes, it's Karen's pos 4 Luna. I want to see pos 4 Luna. I think it's quite interesting. She doesn't have the right shoulder item, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know there was even an option for other cosmetics, but she's got a very, very golden weapon. Okay, interesting. I think Troll Warlord is okay against Medusa. You can't pop your ult when Medusa ults, or you'll definitely get stunned. But Troll is a hero who can just hit, and Medusa can't get away. And eventually, you'll just wear down the Medusa and kill her.
And you can very easily just go Diffusal Blade to do it earlier.
Diffuser Blade is good on Troll. Yeah. Because you'll attack so fast, you might as well. So I don't think you need Diffuser Blade though necessarily. I think just going a standard Battle Fury Sans and Yasha BKB build will give you enough damage. But we'll have to see. And Medusa started with a lot of regen. So playing very, very safe. I'm going to reinstall my Stream Deck after this, and hopefully that fixes it. We'll see. That's on his famous puck mid against Roids. That should be a good mid matchup. Be fun to watch. Breck starting with boots as always. They didn't pick any Oracle, which I find interesting. So no counted him there. Debatement on Troll Warlord. In fact, he's got to be a bit careful. If they, Brex gets a nice bit of damage from Astral Spirit, then the Burrow Strike comes in, you're basically dead. Do you have enough money to buy Windlace and Orb of Venom and still have money for tangos? Windlace is 250. Orb of Venom is 275. Ooh, it doesn't give you enough for tangos as well, does it?
Not
quite. You're about 10 gold off for tangos. You could send some in. Quite a few channel points have been bet. Strange numbers. 768 on the Radiant. 1,690. Because obviously someone bet 690. But 4 betters.
Yeah.
This is more than we usually get, so I like to see people betting. Can't vote on the phone. Oh, that's unfortunately. Phone in now. Text 1-800-RADIANT to donate.
All cost however many channel points and your standard network rate.
Juju taking a fair bit of damage over. He's also gone 6 tangos. So Juju is playing the core here, but Karon has gone for starting with a stick and 2 enchanted mangoes. Jack does bet on himself, I think. I mean, that's some real confidence. I have no problem with people betting on themselves, by the way. Like, go for it.
It's just a stream snipe.
Just don't stream snipe. But please don't bet against yourself and then throw. But that's not going to happen because channel points are not worth that much. Yeah, I don't want people looking at the stream and like getting any information because I stream without any delay because I just trust everyone. Whereas obviously when I stream other stuff, I have to use a delay.
Yeah.
Just in case people do stream snipe. Because you've got no way of proving it, right? People don't have to be logged in to watch a Twitch stream. The problem with Luna?
Logged into something else.
Rubbish attack speed. Attack. Range 330. It's pretty much a melee hero at this point. But managing to get close enough. Good armor, but also good move speed. One of the highest move speeds in the game, especially for ranged heroes, 325. But taking a lot of damage from Disruptor.
Well, like the second highest move speed in the game?
Not the second highest. It's the third highest now. Because Death Prophet went up to 335, creating a category of her own. Otherwise, you would be right. It used to be 330 was the highest, but then 335 becomes the most. Is Caustic Finale good at level 1? Most of Caustic Strength actually comes from level 1. It looks like the first blood was on Karon. A lot of damage done to Somewhat and Jack, but they did manage to bring her down. But that should not discourage her. As she said, she's listening to music and she's just chilling out. Yeah, I agree. Troll is a ranged hero, so Caustic not great against ranged heroes. Ooh, Roids is quite low mid. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Nice lasting from Royce there. Boy, he's an immortal player. I expect most immortals have some basic understanding of blast hitting. Was the first game very long? It was reasonably long, just over 45 minutes, but we also had a disconnect from Dan, and we had to remake the whole lobby and put Jack in, so that did take an extra maybe 10 minutes out of it. We also started a little bit slower, so probably about 10 minutes of delays from the first game, and it was 45 minutes. So yeah, it was a reasonably long game. As you know, it's already 4:13. Most of my in-house casts go on about 2 hours and 10 minutes is probably the average amount of time for one of my videos. A lot of damage going in the top lane. Everyone is so low. I think Brex may go down. Yes, he does. A little bit too aggressive in the creep wave.
Mid as well.
Roids is draining puck. Getting another Spirit Siphon in. Doing a little bit of damage in heal, but it's very weak at the first couple of ranks. 2.5% max HP is not much. Especially when puck is not a particularly tanky hero.
Yeah.
Good against more tanky heroes like Kunkka, those sorts of heroes.
Us.
Last hitting is definitely going in the Death Prophet's favour. Even if Nat gets all of these last hits, we'll still be 3 behind. Ooh, GG managed to find a cure. That's probably an accident.
Possibly, but that was a lot of...
Okay, we have a pause here. So, somewhat I went for 2 ranks of Thunderstrike. I think that's fine, but I don't like seeing max Thunderstrike. I'm a big advocate against maxing Thunderstrike. I want to see points in Glimpse, because look at Glimpse's range and cooldown. It's rubbish at level 1.
Glimpse is arguably one of the best spells in the game.
It is when it's got some ranks in it. Level 1, I'd say it's one of the worst spells in the game. 600 cast range on a 60-second cooldown. It's just not that useful. And if you max Thunderstrike, you're going to have 1 rank of Glimpse and 1 rank of Kinetic Field for probably about 14-ish minutes, unless you're getting a lot of XP as a support. So I want to see a maxing Glimpse second. I know some people just leave Thunderstrike at rank 1 only. But I think 2 points is fine if you're dominating the lane, and you do need to make sure Medusa has a good lane. Really important. And we have now unpaused. Back into the game, just a quick... Yeah, 1-4-1, I like 1-4-1 Disruptor, but I'm absolutely okay with a 2nd point Thunderstrike. I just don't like seeing max Thunderstrike, unless you're playing some weird mid Disruptor or something. In which case, fine.
No one knows how to play mid Disruptor. No one can tell you you're doing it wrong.
That's true. I've tried some other, other heroes mid, like support heroes, like Dazzle mid and AA mid can be interesting. Lion mid I liked. Okay, surprising, a lot of damage. He could go invisible, but it's too late. He's just going to go down. And now Brex has a lot of damage and bonus armor, but realizes he does not want to fight that. So... another kill for the Dire. It looks like that Troll, Warlord, and Rubik actually doing really well. I want to know the amount of Crypt Swarms Roids has fired into a phase shift. It's going to be quite high at this point.
Not quite worth the mana most of the time.
No, it's a very expensive spell, Crypt Swarm. It goes up, look at the cost of it. It starts as cheap as 85 and ends up at 160. But this time, a bit of revenge. Brex and Kinna do manage to kill Luskadu. Karen does manage to take the room, takes a lot of damage in return. Went for Infused Raindrops. Infused Raindrops is okay against Disruptor. It also gives 0.8 mana regen, which is nice for spamming Lucent Beam. But obviously, Disruptor will... the first hit of Thunderstrike will get blocked, but the others won't. And I think it strikes 4 times, so...
With the last hit? Because it intervals every 2 seconds.
Yeah, maybe.
No, yeah.
7-second cooldown.
6-second duration, actually.
So it just doesn't quite reach. But you don't want to lose 2 charges, probably, for 1 spell cast. But it still helps a lot. Nice denying from Debate Mel. 14 denies. Most last hits and the most denies. Now, despite it looking like Roids was being, maybe outplayed in the mid lane, he's actually still farming harder. And I guess that's because Death Prophet has very high base damage, and Puck's base damage is getting nerfed a few patches because it was deemed a little bit too strong. So Royd's having a little bit of an advantage mid.
Immediately threw down the Exorcism.
Whoa, just charging.
Just running.
But now he's stuck in the Dream Claw. It's going to break. It takes a lot of damage, and do you know why he died? Karen did TP in and get the kill, but the tier 2 tower is so much more strong than the tier 1. Tier 1 is 90, tier 2 is 172. They are very different in strength, and I think people forget the tier 2 tower actually hurts in the early game.
And he just broke the leash. Just in vision.
He should have broken it immediately, but he couldn't decide whether he was going to break it or not. But it was a bit of a overzealous play, shall we say.
Sure, I think in a real position he could have broken it. Would have been in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
Because I think it was just so well positioned that majority of it after the break was still just under the tower.
Bit more of a fight going on. That's the thing about Death Prophet, just so hard to kill. I think I would have taken an early point of silence by now. If I was playing Death Prophet, because silence is so good against Puck. Maybe instead of maxing out Crypt Swarm, but I don't know. Bit of a fight going on top. See? I like what Luskadu did. Remember we were talking about this. He did go a 2nd point of telekinesis instead of a point of arcane supremacy. So that's allowed him to get a slightly longer stun and longer lift duration from telekinesis definitely helps saving people. Only goes up to 2-second lift, so it's not super long duration anyway. But a 2-second point click stun is okay.
Yeah,
especially
being able to very
people.
quickly.
Yeah.
Turning sort of a single target stun into an AoE stun.
Karen is now thinking about boots. She went for a Ring of Basilius and Infuse range up, so she has a lot of mana regen. Should just be spamming Lucent Beam on cooldown. Jack's build is quite interesting. Wraithband, Wraithband, Wraithband. So he really wants those early stats from Medusa. I guess it is 15 agi and 6 strength, 6 int. And Karen, they will get a kill. Actually, I just looked top, so it was a bit of a fight, but they did manage to take down Jack S. Karen is actually getting pretty close to level 6. No Juju has it, but he's going to be scary. Out comes the stun. Luskadoo, there's no way he's going to escape here. And Brex, he'll get the kill just by punching them in the face. Goes for the stump just so he can run away.
Battletrons.
Karen has so much.
But yeah.
Oh, does he? Karen has so much mana. She should really just be spamming that Lucent Beam every cooldown. So when you're on full mana as well, you definitely should spam it.
But Mill doesn't seem to be saving the mana for it. He's decently tanky, but is he tanky enough for the Elder Titan?
I think he's okay. He's got a mango
There's
now.
an Orb of Corrosion. The Titan.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big fan, I must say. I actually think
You
that...
can get the damage.
Yeah, but I think it's better just Orb of Venom. I feel like Orb of Corrosion is a bait. It costs so much money. I think rather just go for anything else. But they're going to have a bit of damage onto Debate. Now he gets trapped in the kinetic field. Now he's definitely going to go down. In fact, he does get his Battle Trance off. Can he kill Brex? Ranged attacks. He's trying. Unfortunately, he aggroes onto someone else. They bring Royds up here as well, which means Royds wants to push the tower. Otherwise, why do you send a Death Prophet top this early on? So definitely some tower pushing is going to happen. Exorcism is used. Get all the spirits out quickly, but there's a TP in from Mars. Mars does have his ult. Is he immediately going to ult? He does ult. Goes straight into Royds. Royds does have infused raindrops, but it's still too much damage. Karen gets sent straight back to base, but not before getting a kill. Immediately on the Disruptor. So it was a little bit too late. So now... Oh, she TP'd from here. So in fact, that worked out perfectly for her because now she gets to return to the lane, having just used Eclipse to get a kill. Nat's turned up. The Kinder's in a bit of trouble. We've stolen Sandstorm. Spear does just miss. Very close. Kinder is so low. 20 HP. They miss the God's Rebuke, and he will just get away, but then Luskadoo finds him. Has enough range to secure that kill. And you see Juju had a little laugh on camera at that. Thought it was quite funny. So let's have a look at hero levels. There's only one hero who's not level 6 yet, and that is the Disruptor. Did go for 3 points of Thunderstrike. So more damage, but not really going to be able to get that long-range glimpse off. Let's have a look at net worth. The Die definitely have a lead. All 3 cores are ahead. Radiant core's quite poor. I'm surprised Royds is, you know, only 3,400 net worth.
Oh yeah, been doing pretty decently, but I suppose just to get an exorcism to a tier 2 death.
Dire core is almost exactly the same. The Radiant cores, I mean, the Sand King has suffered a bit. Only 36 last hit. It's 37 now. He's getting some farm from this tower. He's going straight Blink though, which I think is my favourite way to see Sand King played. I don't think you even need Arcane Boots though to play Sand King. I think you can get Blink earlier than that. Maybe like a Wand and a I don't know, Bassi or something if you really need mana regen.
I think if you're behind, you can just go straight for it, but Arcane Boots is very nice just because it means you don't have to immediately go back to base after every fight.
That's true, but I think get the Blink first, so you can get those ults up as early as possible, and I wouldn't spend 900 gold to delay it. So,
should go for like some... Ooh, it's been cool.
Oh, I'm having a look at bot lane. Is Royd's going to be okay? Taking a lot of damage here. I think he's going to be fine. He's getting the drain off. He's a very fast. He's getting more drain. I've got the silence off. Does manage to get a kill onto Karen. Yeah, Royd, he's look how much HP he's on now. Juju does not have enough damage to kill him. One more auto attack, 17 HP. They just don't bring it down. He's going to escape. But meanwhile, top lane, there is a fight. Kinder is about 1 hit from death, but Brex putting him to sleep. Brex does not have his ultimate, and out comes the full ultimate for Kinder's surprise. But Jabemo does manage to get battle chance off, so it is going to be okay. Just need to kite him a little bit. He will get the kill with the whirling axe. In fact, he's going to kill Brex as well. Jabemo gets the double kill from about 1 HP. They were not expecting that at all, and out comes a tip on Jabemo, but it's a positive tip, so we're good with that. Wow, he is going to be happy with that, Jabemo. Because it was so close to being some kills for the Radiant. Interesting that Brex didn't go Earth Splitter. I was expecting it.
I suppose. Yeah, it's a lot of mana, isn't it?
Well, is it? 125.
125, which
that's a cheap ultimate, right? No one's ults are that cheap. I mean, okay, Medusa's only costs 100. Medusa also has one of the highest int games in the game. 4 int per level. Yeah. That is a lot for an Agi hero. So no ultimate on Medusa though either. Just going full, you know, wanting to get points of split shot so it deals more damage. Getting 2 points of mana shield. That's fair enough. Medusa's just happily farming away. Radiant are trying yet again to push this tower. I think they need to create as much space as possible for the Medusa, and they're doing a really good job by pressuring the other lanes.
Okay. It's a good reason to get Orb of Corrosion here as well, because it does give -hour for the towers.
That's true, that's true. We've got the stun from Kinder, but it's only rank 2. We've got the silence onto Puck. Do we have enough to kill him? No. And Luskadoo has stolen the max rank Crypt Swarm, but Roy's negating most of his damage with the infused raindrops. Is he what?
Switched out for a Sandstorm.
I think Crypt Swarm's
he
better.
Probably went for the stun.
Yeah. But it's not the greatest stun for Rubik because it does put you right in the enemy's face.
But I think the long cast range on it.
Jack's going for an interesting Medusa build. It's maybe one of the old standards. You go for Maelstrom to get some farm speed, and then you go for Manta Star to help you farm even faster. Also means you can dispel things. But I think Jack's in a lot of trouble here. They haven't speared him yet. Now they speared him into the arena, but they would have lost a little bit of arena damage. Still has mana. Still has mana. Static Storm is dropped on his head. That's for somewhat bringing Nat back into it. That's the power of the glimpse. But Royds, he actually managed to find a kill on Karen under the tower. Excellent play. Didn't catch that at all. And they can't bring down Jack. Oh, they do cancel out the clarity, but yeah, he was just a little bit too tanky when he was on completely full mana. And have you seen the way Disruptor's building? Completely not how I'm used to seeing it. He's max Thunderstrike, but now he's actually putting points in kinetic field. He doesn't value the glimpse. He's sort of saying, glimpse, nah, not that important actually. Rather have Thunderstrike and kinetic field. I mean, he's doing well on the heroes, so fair enough.
I suppose with the teammates you've got, Elder Titan loves people staying in position for a stump. You know, Sand King really wants to get those epicenters out. I think it's fairly reasonable if he's sort of prioritizing his teammates' abilities.
Yeah, maybe. I've played against a Disruptor, this game I played, who did go Ag Shard and kept casting Thunderstrike on me, but I didn't feel like it was really that useful. I don't think it's worth the Ag Shard's cost at all. So yeah, don't think we'll see that. Or at least maybe it's better than I thought, but I wasn't a big fan. Like small bursts of move speed, but then you have to cast Thunderstrike on your allies when you could be using it on the enemy, and you have to pay 1400 gold for that. It just seemed like a lackluster effect.
I feel like it's kind of like the Warlock one, but I think overall the numbers aren't good enough for Disruptor.
What was the Warlock one?
So modifies all movement, or anyone who's hit by it gives them plus or minus 20% move speed, depending on...
Oh yeah, on the Shadow Word. It's a long duration, so it can be a really long slow or a really long speed increase, but I actually think...
So you have the AoE talent, so...
Eventually, yeah. But you do have... I mean, you've got upheaval for the slow. But 20% move speed is not that bad. If you cast it on yourself, that's a long duration where you can be a little bit more mobile. If you cast it on an ally who needs speed, looks like we found Disruptor. We trapped him. He has used Glimpse, but he's no way going to escape from this. Juju getting some great arenas up. He went straight to Blink Dagger Mars. I like offlaners who do this. It's so tempting to get a Bracer and to get, you know, Vlads and all that. No, just get the Blink Dagger. Just go engage. Go kill people. So much better.
Laners just tend to have those abilities which are incredible for getting those early team fights out. So if you can just force the fights you want first.
Yeah, I'd say it's my pet peeve on like Tide Hunters who have maybe like Arcane Boots or Phase Boots of Vlad, Soul Ring, Wand. I'm like, no, just get the Blink Dagger. Get all the other cool stuff later, but you just need that Blink Dagger. It's so good. Blink Ravage, you get it exactly when you need it, as quickly as possible.
Again, if I'm winning the lane, I'll go for the Arcane Boots on Tide Hunter, because then you can sort of harass the carry there a lot more easily.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I really don't like seeing Falcon's Blade on Tide Hunter. I feel like you either get Soul Ring or you go for Arcanes. I don't feel like Falcon's Blade is worth it because you're paying basically the cost of Arcane Boots.
Falcon's Blade is very much, I think, for the cores who need the little extra stuff rather than...
Yeah, it is a replacement. Ooh, managed to get the kinetic field up, but here's the Mars. Very patient with his abilities and is going to get a kill onto somewhat. Glimp's not really doing a lot, I'm afraid.
Arcane Boots is effectively nearly 3 mana per second, so...
And you give it to your whole team. Oh, we're going on to Death Prophet. Death Prophet's been hit. The arena, though, doing a lot of damage. Massive epicenter, but there's already been 2 kills, 3 kills already. And Kid Surprise, unfortunately, he breaks the Dream Coil, but does get picked up, actually thrown away by Luskadoo. Might have been a mistake. The Glimpse is used, and he's going to be brought straight back into his team and get killed. That's a stolen Glimpse by Luskadoo, getting the kill.
Stolen Glimpse was still a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, because it's rank 1. Maybe that's why he's only got 1 point in it. But I mean, meanwhile, Jack was just able to farm. So the Dire do have a lead. And they have a Battle Fury Troll Warlord who unfortunately died, but is still ahead in net worth. It's the Puck doing quite a lot better than the Death Prophet in terms of farm. They both went for Yules first. Puck also has a full Blink Dagger. The question, though, is Medusa. Can Medusa... 2 things. Can Medusa get farmed, and will the game go long enough for her? But can Medusa fight a Troll Warlord who's 6-slotted as well? Because I'm not sure about that one.
This troll is building up that Diffusal Blade.
He is, okay. So he definitely wants to counter the Medusa then, that's fair enough. I like that someone's got a casual fluffy hat. Just wanted a little bit of health.
Yeah. Seeing like people in houses just go, you know what, I'm gonna buy 2 fluffy hats.
Yeah,
Maybe 3 if I'm feeling.
I've seen it on CM early. Wow, look at the damage we've got onto this Death Row. Death Row is going to go down, get speared. Misses the spear completely. I'm not sure how. I think it was one of those uphill positioning things. Lusku doesn't send him back, and Roy's already got a lot of healing going out. We've got Kinder Surprise with the stun. Juju, he's not able to get much damage off of Karen. Pops her ult, and she is running in. It's doing a lot of damage there to disrupt Static Storm. It doesn't really do a lot. It does trap Nat in it. In fact, Pex will get the kill. Karen will get the last hit, though, using the Lucent Beam. The fight is still going on, somewhat being chased. Is going to back off. Chibate Melt is willing to die, but I don't feel like he should go this far into Jack. In fact, he is going to try, but then the ultimate is popped by Jack, and now Chibate Melt, he's going to have to use his ult soon. He actually pops it now. Is he got the damage to kill? Yes, he does. So much damage coming out from Troll Warlord, but now he is going to die. The Static Storm is going to kill. Splitter to the face. Brex will get it with a punch. I can't even tell who's winning this fight. It was all over the place, but the fight is still going on. Karen just firing out those constant Lucent Beams. Nice stun coming out from Kinder Surprise. Out comes the Stomp. Stomp doesn't actually hit anyone, but Kinder will get the kill with an auto attack anyway. 419 gold. Karen's a fast hero. He's just going to keep running. Is rushing Ags, which I think makes perfect sense for Luna. I think her Ag Shard is actually not too bad either. Longer stun, longer range.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Brex in a little bit of trouble. Actually ends up breaking the Dream Core and will go down.
I think even when I've played sort of a couple times in Inhouse when I played Luna, I still love the Ag's Lucent Beam.
Whoa, they destroy all the trees, and they do find Kinder. Isn't it funny how they used the arena? They didn't catch him in it, but it still worked out because it deleted enough trees to find him. So, perfect play there. And Juju is going to go for Vlad's next. I guess if you get Vlad's on Mars, and you have a Luna, you're giving a lot of damage to Troll Warlord.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's giving him that lifesteal when he's not really building any of it yet.
Yeah, lifesteal, bonus damage, armor, mana regen, and you've got more bonus damage coming out from Lunar Blessing. So the Dire definitely have a bit of a lead building, but I don't feel like it's over for the Radiant. They have managed to take a couple of towers, and Jack's farm isn't too bad. He's going for the Manta style followed by Skadi, so pretty classic Medusa build.
Are we going to see your hated, overly tanky Medusa?
Well, I think... Oh, never mind, we've got the Static Storm dropped on top. It doesn't actually land on anyone, though. Juju, he's gone a little bit too far forward. Does get the spear, but takes so much mate damage. Dies to the Disruptor. Nat goes in, gets the last hit with the Dream Core, but then gets stomped. Dodges the stomp with the Phase Shift, but Kinder Surprise at Epicenter manages to already get 2 kills. Nat keeping himself alive with the Yule. Does he manage to blink out? No chance. And he goes down. Double kill for Jack. The Dire, they threw away their advantage big time there by going so aggro. And that isn't worth it. They're also going to lose their tier 1 tower, maybe even their tier 2 tower. Thankfully, they have 2 glyphs, so they may just lose one of their towers. But now Jack is top of net worth, also equal highest level. I don't feel like he's building overly tanky Medusa, really, because Maelstrom is a raw damage item, right? Maelstrom is not a tank item. Manta can be seen as a DPS item. Skadi, it's a good item. I guess it does counter healing. I think I'd more likely be building a Daedalus already, because I don't feel like you want to be endlessly tanky on Medusa, but at least Jack is building some damage. I just don't like seeing, like a
Mage Slayer. I'd be thinking on Medusa. Do you get that nice bit of magic resistance against, Puck and a Rubik and a Luna?
Mage Slayer is interesting. I built it once and I found out it's just too expensive. Like, if you look at the cost of it, 3,500 gold, all you get is 20 added 20 damage. It's terrible stats. You really have to value the active, or the on-hit effect, and I don't think it's enough. I guess you can hit everyone with it, but only when you're level 25 on Medusa. And 20% magic resist, yeah, it helps, but you're not dying just at magic damage. I mean, the only person who's actually going to finish you off is going to be the Troll Warlord, so yeah, I feel like it's just a bit of an expensive item at the moment. Maybe it's really good if you're playing against sort of Leshrac and Zeus and all these heroes who can do tons of damage.
They're converging on the Medusa.
He's got the Manta. Actually just pops her ult straight away. Gets stunned. And now has used up her ultimate. Only 9-second cooldown. The ultimate is stolen by Rubik's. Now Rubik's team have it. Jack is keeping himself alive. Nice disrupt the Static Storm. He's only got the full epicenter, but then we've got the Luna ult as well. And it's an Aghanim's Luna ult. Not quite enough to kill Disruptor. He's just stunned. He's going to go down. But out comes the stomp from Brex. Getting it on 2. It's going to be a lot of damage. And look how quickly. His punches are massive. Just gets an easy couple of kills. Yet again, good fight for the Radiant. Didn't even have to use Exorcism for that. And Exorcism is nearly at rank 3, so I'll have rank 3 by the time they need it. Nat is going to just be able to TP out. Not taking enough damage from the Sandstorm. So really close and intense fights. Let's have a look at the net worth, because last hits are very similar. Jack is actually ahead in the net worth. Yeah, he is going for that tanky Skadi build. Mystic Snake mana gain. He didn't go for the evasion talent. I find that he picked the talents rather oddly. 15 damage, but no 15% evasion. But then Mystic Snake mana gain, but no attack speed. But I guess Mystic Snake mana gain is pretty good.
Yeah, especially sort of they've got that mana drain on the troll.
Returns 20% mana based on the target's total mana, but that goes up to 52% mana, so that's a lot more mana. I think 15% evasion is still worth it, because Troll Warlord is like the big target you need to avoid, and he doesn't have MKB, and he's going for BKB now.
But perhaps he just sort of attacks it enough times that doesn't really matter.
I mean, 15% less damage taken is surely more effective than 15 flat damage, which is basically like 6 or 7% more damage dealt.
True.
Just the way it feels like for me.
He has been surviving sort of these big fights.
Yeah, he has. He's only died twice, and that was in more of the early game. They're going for a smoke. Do the Dire team have any idea where the Radiant are? Nope, they have no clue. They don't have scan. Neither team have scan. So what's going to happen? They're looking around, but the Dire actually are completely on the other side of the map. So they're not going to find anyone, as always happens with smoke. So Nat is going for Aghanim, so he's playing that more sort of hold you in place supportive pack. However, oh, there is one BKB actually. There's a BKB, full 10-second BKB on Roids. Then he's going to walk through a Dream Coil and get stunned and be very unhappy about it. They're just going for Roche. No, they looked at Roche. Are they going to take it? Turn around again? If they want to take Roche with rank 3 Exorcism, they can. It's 24 spirits. It's really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
I miss people rushing Ags
Seeing
on
the
Death
troll.
Coil. Death Coil, Death Prophet. Where's Troll? Oh, he's right there. Okay, they've got Ward there. Royce is thinking about fighting. He runs straight in. Uses himself. Got the BKB. Does BKB. Pops his ult as well. And there, broke the coil. Yeah, we knew it. 100% called it. And out comes the massive ultimate from Luna. But Jack is going to escape it. I saw it coming a mile off, and it exactly happened as we expected it to.
Wow.
BKB. I've got BKB. Oh, Puck's already got the Aghanim's. Oops. Straight through the coil. How long? They nerfed the stun, but it's still a 4-second stun and 500 more damage. It really hurts.
And that's 4 seconds of your BKB going as well.
They've held Jack in place, but Jack is taking so little damage and has so much mana regain. Look at the damage Brex did with that punch. He's got 400 bonus damage. That damage Brex did on that punch was absolutely enormous. The stun stomp doesn't quite get Karen. Karen is just way too fast. Okay, so that's a really good hold because Troll started Roche. They thought they'd take it, and then X and Jack were just able to get a couple of kills. So really nice. I mean, Brex literally had like 300 bonus damage at that point, something like that. He did go for 25 Astral Spirit hero attack. Bit of a fight going here. Are we going to kill Jack now? He's still got mana. He gets almost all of his mana back from that massive Mystic Snake. I mean, what a ridiculous spirit it is, but I think he's still going to go down. He might take 70% reduced damage while he's got mana, but it's still, you know, it doesn't make you immortal when you've only got 1600 HP, so he will go down. Nearly enough money for the Skadi, however. We've nearly got Aghanims from Kinder Surprise as well, so Sand King is going to be even more mobile than he was previously.
Enchanted Quiver.
The Death Prophet is all alone in the world.
Yep, it's a nice item.
Attacked.
Not sure Death Prophet really makes the most of it because Death Prophet doesn't do like a ridiculous amount of auto attacking, but it's always a nice, you know, no one can say no to a 300 magic damage nuke on a 4-second.
They gave it to the Elder Titan.
Yeah, I mean, he can punch you hard now.
No dice, man.
He's got Aghanims. Already got Ags in the Elder Titan, so that gives you 2 seconds of magic immunity per hero hit. And the Stomp Astral Spirit has a 17-second cooldown. So you get quite regular BKBs. Dire are going for a very aggressive smoke. Look at Nat going in. He's got the 50% further reaching orb. Sees Royce, doesn't go in. They're just going to go for kill on Brex. But Kinder Surprise immediately channeling his ult. Goes in and getting a massive epicenter. Troll Warlord is low. Pops the BKB and his ultimate. But look how much life he has. Immediately goes for full HP. There's the Lunar Eclipse just going on top of everyone. Roy's BKB has already run out. He's been slow, but he does have a haste rune. Does not have anything to stop him. He does actually have Dream Coil. Dream Coil gets it on both. Holding them in place. It is 2 versus 5. The Dire team just can't wait to go. And they have the arena still. Spear goes on to Medusa. There's a kill on Roids. And there's no way Jack is going to survive from this. And there it is. A full team wipe. So now the Dire back on top. It looked like the Radiant really were clawing this game back. And they were. But now the Dire
were just
have a lead.
They're just so patiently waiting for all those big ultimates.
They were. And the debate now popped his BKB in his max rank ultimate, which gives you 80% lifesteal. And he has the Paladin sword, which is another 16% lifesteal, and then another 14% amplification. He healed so much. He also went the 20% evasion talent. That's pretty good against the Medusa, and also against Elder Titan to some extent.
And everything but the first quiver hit.
That's true. Looks like, I don't know why the Dire are so reluctant to push. I felt like there's no Medusa and Death Prophet, none of the cores are up. They could have taken the racks, but they played ultra
At least
passive.
put more damage on the ranged ranks.
They could have taken it. They could have taken both, but instead they're just going to go for the for Rose. Karen is level 20, very high level for support. In fact, higher level than everyone on the Radiant team apart from Medusa, so she gets to enjoy 100 Lucent Beam damage, which goes well with the 2.5 second cooldown it has and the Aghanim's Ag Shard and the full axe for her ultimate. Goodbye somewhat. The spear unfortunately misses, but Glimpse isn't going to be enough to save him.
Yeah, I feel like Karen's just able to stay very far at the back of fights and just throw out some spells and be like, okay, I'll let you guys take all of the damage.
Just trying to see if there's any Ag Shards. I think Karen's might be the only one there. Puck's one can actually be quite good. 70 more bonus damage on Waning Rift puts it up to 320. But also that 250 knockback is pretty good. It also reveals invis
quite good in as arena as well, even without the Dream Coil.
It's true. Pushing people back always helpful.
Pumping them into the host shields.
Here comes the further attack speed building up. It's got 12 stacks. Stomp is going to go out. Oh, and it actually gets 2 heroes who don't realise how big Stomp's radius is.
Yeah, it's way bigger than it seems.
Troll Warlord, the ultimate attack speed hero. He has such terrible int-game Troll Warlord, 1 per level. The Medusa's got 4. Makes Troll very bad against like OD. Your mana pool is so low, you just get insta-killed by the ultimate.
Yeah, I suppose with the spells they're either 50 cost or 150, so...
Yeah, they're pretty low. Change between melee and range costs nothing, so...
Cost 1 mana.
That's a stomp into debate mail, but it immediately gets broken. He's just going to run up again. He knows he's got Aegis. BKB Brex just goes in with a little punch. Debate mail. Now going to go in again. Taking a lot of damage though. Is he going to ultimate? No, he decides to just die first, but out comes the Epicenter, but Epicenter doesn't really do a lot of damage. Just ends up getting sent back. Out comes the ult. That does a lot of damage from Brex. So that massive punch onto Troll Warlord, but he does actually have to use his ultimate. He can't get Brex. Brex is too fast. Brex has done an amazing job. Actually lures him all the way into the base. Brex pretty much single-handedly won that team fight. Massive punch to Troll in the face, and then kites him all the way into the base. However, Roids did have to buy back for that. Actually, I don't think he had to buy back, but he did anyway. So that's a little advantage for the Dire, but they did not manage to take down the second tower. That is a Troll moment, yeah. I miss when Troll Warlord's ult was just give everyone attack speed and that was it. But
Yeah,
I guess
that was great.
this one's probably a bit more fun.
It's good as a Rampage though. Rampage was something.
Rampage.
Before my time though. Yeah. His ultimate used to be just give himself like a load of attack speed and movement speed.
Oh, did it give move speed? I remember the time it was it gave global attack speed to everybody.
Yeah, that was great.
This
First iteration with the move speed, he so routinely killed every single person on the enemy team. That's why it's called a Rampage, because he popped that and he's basically guaranteed 5 kills.
Oh, that makes sense. I remember, like, if you look at some old Dota 1 stats, it's quite funny. You know, versions of the game back from, like, the early, you know, 2007, 8, 9.
Back when you
Chronosphere used to just be a global stun. Like a 5-second global stun. You just pressed it and the whole map got stunned. Everything, all creeps, everything.
5 seconds?
But it was global. You just pressed it and the whole map got stunned. I think that would be fun, but also a bit dumb. It's like a Zeus ult that stunned everyone, yeah.
I think how do they think? Oh yeah, 5 seconds, that's fine.
But it stunned your own team as well, so like you're basically playing the game by yourself for 5 seconds. Which is interesting. It's like time is completely stopped. That was the how, you know. That's the mechanic of him. But anyway, bit of a yeah. Some of the old abilities are fun to look at. Things have changed a lot with some heroes, but you know the most boring ultimates in the game were Centaurs and Drow Rangers. And Drow Rangers one was in Dota for a while, where her ult gave nothing but Agi. That was it.
Oh yeah.
It was just have Agi. And Centaur's ult was have strength, but they changed it to Stampede as they moved him into Dota 2. But in Dota 1, his ult was just strength. And wasn't even a lot, it was 12, 24, 36 strength. I mean, useless. Yeah.
Like with the Drought one, I suppose, because of the other abilities he had at the time, like Precision Aura, sort of,
yeah.
you're able to toggle it global. Actually worked really well as just like able to push out waves.
He did, and that's gone in. This is a lot of combo damage, and I think Kinder's he's going to go down. Brex is getting the big stomp off, though. 3-man stomp. Val comes to the Eclipse, doing a lot of damage on top, but actually the BKB boys isn't going to take any damage from it. Jabatemo's looking for a kill, but he's a bit trapped. Pops his ult, but he gets stunned by the Medusa. I think Jabatemo is really going to struggle, and once again, Brex just kiting him. But Jabatemo managed to get a bit of distance, is not going to be enough. Royd's going around with Exorcism, has found Nat. Nat is using Ghost Scepter. Nat has an E-Blade and an Aeon Disc, yet still might go down. Yes, he does. Royds gets the kill there. And Kinder with the massive stun range. Will Luskadoo go down? He does have the spider legs, going for a little shortcut. I think he's still in a lot of trouble. Out comes Burrow Strike in 1 second. Massive Burrow Strike is going to get the kill. That Spear just misses him. And silence onto Luskadoo. The Radiant really fighting back. It looks like the Dire had such a big advantage this game, but just great team fighting from the Radiant. Even though they got engaged on with the Arena, with the Eclipse, with the Dream Corp, they still managed to hold off long enough.
Booster grabbing herself Butterfly.
Okay.
Well as having that leveler.
Yeah, Butterfly is a bit of a... went for the Stone Gaze duration, which I think makes a lot of sense here. It's just longer that the troll can't go on you. Butterfly is a nice hybrid between a damage item and a defensive item. I still think that he could have gone for a bit more damage, but I think if he now goes for Daedalus, he'll be good to go. Time for the Radiant to actually get some tower push. Kinder's like baiting his ult. Karen is just going stun after stun after stun. So they got the tower, but that's all they were able to get, unfortunately.
Luna about 800 gold off a refresher.
And then we'll have level 25 Eclipse mini stun.
Mm.
If you layer it properly, it's literally a perma stun.
Yeah.
You just sit there being stunned to death by 24 lucent beams, or however many it is. No, it's more, it's 36 lucent beams. And they can all go on one target as well. At this point, Karen can practically solo kill someone. I'm not sure she will get a lot out of Mindbreaker, though. She doesn't do a lot of auto-attacking.
Even just with at level 25 and Ags, still, it's on one person, they're stunned for 2/3 of the time.
Yeah. Pretty good. What's the
Ridiculous.
interval?
It's a 0.3 seconds interval with Ags.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3. So yeah. So it's easily a perma-stun with the refresher. But BKBs do negate it, and Royd's been using his BKB. Actually, it's the only person in the Radiant with the BKB. They do have some Yules. I think there's Yules on... oh no, it's only Royd's with the Yules and the BKB, so most of the Radiant can't do anything about it. Do they even have a Glimmer Cape? No Glimmer. They've got nothing to do. I mean, Brex is pretty much BKB'd the entire time. So he's going to be fine.
They're just fighting through it, really.
They are. They're managing to somehow. And there's Jabatemel. He's gone for the Battle Trance Strong Dispels talent.
That's fairly reasonable. He's sort of caught out in the Static Storm. It'll be a lot harder to get off. Cast range on the Luna with the telescope.
Oh yes, cast range and attack range. Telescope, a really good item. I'm glad it got nerfed to tier 4, but it's still really, really powerful. Yeah, I agree.
Now.
I agree with buff Faceless Void, but I'm not sure the best way to buff him. His Chrono is so good, but he's just so rubbish in the early game, it's like not worth playing him at all.
Yeah.
You don't need to buff Faceless Void, you just need to buff Cataclysm from Invoker.
Yeah. Shame having a hero who can only really be played with combos.
Yeah, but that's kind of how Faceless Void is, and I think that's fine because Chrono is such a good spell. The Radiant are yet again going to run around an empty jungle with their smoke, and because the Dire are in the other place, and they know that because they've just lost their outpost. Do they have enough time with the smoke to run down? They do, but they're not going to.
Just going to try and push.
Yeah, go for it. Out come the TPs. Gotta do it quickly.
Go to the right one.
Going for the stomp. Isn't going to land on anyone. Rex just building up some of that magic damage time. Oh, the BKB had to be
troll.
popped. Static Storm was used. Now, he has Aghanims, which obviously creates a very, very small change to Static Storm. It's literally, it's 2-word change. Like, forever the Aghanims. It's 2 words. But yeah, it's 2 of the most powerful words in the entire of Dota. Mute items. So you catch someone in Static Storm, they cannot cast a single spell. Spear, unfortunately, is going to miss on Death Prophet. They're going to bring Juju back, send him away. Golden Spirit
Fine, given time for the cooldowns to reset.
Yeah. This is one of those calm before the storm kind of scenarios. Everyone is like itching for a fight, but the fight isn't happening. Everyone is just
Medusa,
waiting.
very nearly on a Satanic.
Okay, again, just building more and more tanky. I feel like it's just... I know being a raid boss is really fun, but if you don't do any damage, I feel like it's a problem.
Well, Medusa's level 25, so start going for crits now.
Okay, good. You can always get Mjolnir, that does some decent damage too, but I think you'll sell the Maelstrom and go Rapier. But
yeah,
anyway,
probably.
see. Yeah, Mars going for AC.
Not committing to anything.
There is a Roche there. What does the Roche have on it? Is it a cheese? Yeah, just a cheese. Demo is going to go for it. Kinetic Storm. Kinetic Field. It grants True Strike now. Kinetic Field. So that's always handy.
So, yeah.
Used to... can de-ward with it too.
Yeah.
Makes him one of the better supports for de-warding. Roy's is only level 23. He's quite low level compared to level 27 on Puck, who went for the Waning Rift range in AoE. Juju is taking a fair bit of damage here. Ends up being used. Is the Puck going to go in here? We've got the spear onto Royce. He's on about half HP. In fact, you've got the epicenter going in.
Surprise.
That's immediately going to kill Luskadu. Luskadu is kept alive, but of course, the Glimmer Cape's not going to save him because they have the vision. Okay, so you've got a 3-man Dream Coil, but out comes the ult from Jack. Really nice ult. He's just going to keep firing the luminescent beams, going on top, doing a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. Why are they so tanky? They can actually just out-tank it. Never mind, Karen does have enough damage to bring down somewhat. And looks like Jack, though, he is not going to be brought down. E-Blade onto Jabate Mail, but still going to be brought down. Puck is going to escape, jaunt away. Luskadu, I think, actually brought back, and it's immediately going to be punched to death by Brex. Jack getting a kill, and Roids also managing to chase down Karen with the speed. Roids went for Scythe. I like Scythe a lot. I think it's a really good item. Having a bit extra lockdown definitely helps kill heroes like Puck. And, you know, just control the Troll Warlord. Buyback coming up from a couple of their heroes. But again, a really good fight from the Radiant. This game has just gone up and down. In fact, it shows the Radiant basically being the same net worth. I think the graph hasn't caught up yet.
There's less than 1k difference at the moment.
It's so small. And the kills are almost exactly the same too. Look at the Hex! He didn't expect the Hex! And out comes the Stomp. He's going to go down. Did not expect the Hex. And do you know what Elder Titan went for? Went for the 450 Echo Stomp wake damage. So you can do 650 damage until the target wakes up, which is a lot. Jack is trying to go for the win, but he's going for them without any creeps. It's quite hard for them to push anything else because there's still tier 2 towers up in both other lanes. Looks like we're having 2 long in-house games tonight. Oh, Roy's popped the Scythe again. They still want to go in, but they've already sent one hero back. Brex has gone back. Out comes the Lucent Beams. And that's going to be a dead Kinder Surprise. BKB from Roy's, he is going to escape, and Jack's just going to waddle away. He has a ninja gear, maybe better than a leveler. Keep the leveler just for tower pushing, but 20 agility is nice. Roche is up. Cheese is a very, very nice item from Medusa. Of course, it gives 1,500 mana as well. It's going to be a pretty easy Roche. Roids did hit level 25, went for +8 Exorcism Spirits, so levels up his ult essentially to rank 4 ultimate.
Yeah.
Rex going Assault Cuirass, very nice. That is
completely reasonable on the +4.
I mean, he's got some very greedy items, but he's managed to get away with it because he's just, you know, had a good game. And his net worth is actually quite high. It's ahead of it's actually number 5. He's ahead of a Mars, Luna, and Rubik. I mean, Brex is good at Elder Titan. You cannot deny it. Good hero. And the Scythe has already proved to be pretty much Radiant's biggest asset. I mean, it's a point-click 3.5 second, basically stun. I don't know why more heroes don't buy it. I think because they're so focused on themselves and getting like Shivas and Aghanims and all that sort of stuff, they just forget that sometimes you just need lockdown to win the game. You've got damage, just give us some lockdown.
Yeah, that's why a lot of time I also think Visceral's one of the best items in the game.
It is, yeah. But it's good for a carry who wants to do stuff himself. 2-second stun, right? And it teleports you in. But Abyssal does cost like 6,600 gold, I think it is. Yeah, exactly. 6,625. Whereas Scythe is 5,675. So it's about 1,000 gold cheaper, but it lasts nearly twice as long, and it is a ranged cast at quite a long range.
Yeah.
So I feel like mid players should buy more Scythe. I love buying Scythe on mid heroes. Any mid hero. I just think it's the greatest item in the game. I bought first item Scythe before. They don't have debate mode. You cannot fight without debate mode, Dar. You need to run. I don't care if you're smoked. Get out of there. Nearly 300 gold for a D-ward at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, Radiant just mounting up. Roids does have his ult. Is he going to use it? Roids, use your ult. Use your ult. No, don't use the ult. Roids, no. Okay, don't use the ult. Now use the ult. There we go, Roids. Got his ult up, but you need to stay away from debate mode. Debate mode's muted. This is a great time to kill him. He can't use the beacon, he can't do anything. 2 kills going from Kinder Surprise using his Epicenter. The Dream Core is in place, but it's not going to mean anything. Brex just punching that in the face. And I think that's now
600 damage.
That's going to be a GG. A great comeback from the Radiant. Eventually the Medusa was strong enough. I mean, that last team fight was won basically by Kinder Surprise and the Disruptor, who's being played by Somewhat. Kinder and Somewhat, they won that last team fight. Just the two of them. Classic Juicer game, indeed. Wait for my game to load. Well, that's kind of the power of Medusa. If you farm to late game and they cannot kill you, then you do a lot of damage. Hero damage from Medusa is actually very low. As you can see, Medusa was more like a tank. It was the Sand King with the most. Even though he had a score that didn't look as great as the others, he still did the most damage. Which I think is quite impressive.
Yeah. Got the full epicenters off in so many people.
He did. The damage numbers are very low for how long the game was. 38 to 36 kills. In the end, the Radiant team just managed to snag the victory, but it could have been anyone's game. If you look at the net worth, Dire actually had the lead pretty much the entire game, but it never went more than around maybe 12 or 13,000 gold. Which at 40 minutes, that's not the end of the world. 12,000 gold. So Jack, he enjoys some more points. In fact, he is the only one who bet on himself. So he'll claim all of those. Which I think is fair enough. He's playing to win, right? So, wait.
So he threw that game.
Yeah.